This slideshow will teach you how to prepare a Form 1040 easy. The first scenario we're going to go through is if you're single and you're living with your parents, so they're claiming you as a dependent, and you have a job and you receive a Form W-2 from that job. If you're under age 65 and it's less than $100,000, you are eligible to file a 1040 EZ. And on the next few slides, I'm going to show you how to report the income from your Form W-2. The first step in preparing your Form 1040 EZ is to write your name and address at the top of the form. Include your Social Security number in the right-hand corner in the box. The next step is to look at your Form W-2. Your Form W-2 will have your wage information in line 1, which is labeled Wages, Tips, and Other Compensation. You are to take this number and place it on line 1 of your Form 1040 EZ. In our example, it is $800. Since in our example, there is no taxable interest or unemployment compensation since you just have a job with a W-2, you are to tally this amount down to line 4, which again is $800. The next line on your Form 1040 EZ is line 5. This is the amount of deduction that you get to claim on your return. First, you're going to check the box U, as your parents can claim you as a dependent. Next, we are to calculate the amount, which is $11.50, on page 2 of your 1040 EZ, which I will show you how to calculate on the next slide. As your parents can claim you as a dependent, and you check the box on line 5, you are now to skip down to page 2 of Form 1040 EZ, and you are to enter the amount on line A from your front page from line 1, which is $800. You're to add $350 to that, which is going to total to $1,150. And then on line C, you're going to compare your number, which in our example is larger than the 1050, so it's $11.50. The maximum standard deduction is $63.50 because you are single. You're going to enter the smaller of this amount or the amount, and in our example, the amount is smaller, which is $11.50. If you are single, you're to enter 0 because you are single and your parents are claiming you as a dependent. And so you're going to tally down to $11.50 on line G. Now that line 5 is calculated, we can move down to line 6, taxable income. And since your deduction of $11.50 is more than your adjusted gross income of $800, your taxable income would be 0. Your federal income tax withholding can be found in box 2 of your Form W-2. In our example, it is $10. You will also notice that there's withholdings in box 4 and 6 of your Form W-2. These are for Social Security and Medicare, and you do not get a deduction on your return for these amounts. Line 8A is the earned income credit, and you would not qualify for this since you are a dependent of another. Line 9 is the total of your payments and credits, which in our example is $10. The tax on line 10 would be 0 because your taxable income is 0. Thus, you will be getting a refund on line 13A of $10. You can get this deposited directly in your account by completing the routing and account number on lines B and D.